Hi there everybody, and welcome to another video. In today's video I have this Ford Fiesta. This is a 2013 petrol version, but I think that's irrelevant. We're just going to have a look at how we could access and replace any of the bulbs in this headlight unit. So this headlight unit has 3 bulbs. Has the indicator bulb. It's got the high beam and the deep beam, high beam and deep beam up there, and it does have some LEDs down here, which as far as I'm aware you can't really replace. So if the LEDs go, then you need a new unit. So the LEDs here are basically the side light, so they come on all the time. Normally on other cars the side light is a little bulb that you switch on manually, but in this car it comes on when the car is on, as far as I remember. At the moment I have the battery disconnected, so I can't really check because I have a problem with the transmission in this car, and we're looking into, well, trying to see how we can fix that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you how you can access those bulbs. The bulbs are actually okay in this car, so it's just a video for the purpose of showing you. And for doing this, we need to actually remove the headlight, because you can't quite access the bulbs because they are blocked by the fuse box here, and here this one is blocked by the screen wash fluid bottle there. So now to remove this headlight, we want to remove a few screws, and there's one here, and now you can use a T30 Torx to undo that, or you can also use, I actually used a flathead screwdriver, which also fits in there just like so. But this particular one here was a bit corroded and it was quite hard to open, so it could be easier to do it with the Torx. And the other one that we need to remove is this one here. Again, same Torx or flathead screwdriver. Now you can take those off, and once we take those off, also note that they are different. So this one goes there, and this other one here, it goes into the plastic there, and this will be the same as the one down here. Now that's gonna be feeling already a little bit loose, but we just want to lift this plastic up a little bit, and for that we also want to open these plastic screws. Now I've already sort of removed this one a little bit. It was a bit of a pain to remove it, but basically one is flat like that. Sometimes when you start turning your Phillips, the actual center part doesn't actually come out, so you may want to use something like this, a very skinny, where you can wiggle in there to give a bit of a wedge to that, and you can pull it up a little bit while you unscrew it. So these screws are a bit of a pain, really. As you can see, I'm turning that, but nothing is happening, it's just turning. So this one, I had the same issue, but because I have undone it already, it's probably that's why it's coming out, kind of thing. But they are pretty useless. And often the head gets damaged, and then you just have to pull that out, sort of break the clip if it breaks, and then replace it. Those are the options. And again, with this one here, if you can get that under there, You can even just pull that out like so. It can be easier than undoing it for 2 hours. Obviously when things are new they work nicely, but when they're not new they stop working. Right, so we have a bit of leverage there, and that is because we want to get some room to get this headlight out of there. And so I'm going to lift the headlight from here a little bit, get it out there, and now we want to wiggle this out of here. So I'm just going to hold my phone. Okay, so let's give this a go. We're already loosening it up here, so now we just want to sort of, it's sort of plugged into a plastic clip. Okay, and now we want to disconnect it from here as well. And there we are, one headlight is out. So let me just show you here. This bit here is plugged into there. So we are sort of unplugging it from there. And I mean, you never know, these clips, they're just plastic. They could break as well. They're old. I mean, this car is on like 90,000 miles. So anyway, let's concentrate on the bulbs. So now we have access to all the bulbs here. The easiest one, probably the indicator, anti-clockwise, and take that out. Now that particular bulb is already, it's not blown, but it's quite worn out. You can see the orange peel is sort of coming out already. So this is going to start blinking a bit white soon, and that can be an MOT failure actually. So it's a good idea to replace this, or well, at least check them, and that way you don't have issues with the MOT. And this particular one, it's a PY21W. So just note the pins. The little pins are a little bit offset. You can see that one there. It's not straight down here, it's offset a little bit to the left, but both pins are on the same, sort of the same height there. Because sometimes these pins can be, that pin could be sitting up here. So, and then this can only go in one way. You can't fit it any other way. So it's gotta go in there, push it, twist, and it's locked. And then we can put it back in here. And again, when you put it back, note this here is a bit thinner than this part here. So again, it can only go one way. And that is that. Next, we can move on to the, what it is, I think is the, this is the high beam. So take that little cover out. In there will be the bulb, and it's secured. So, right, I just wanted to get this a little bit closer. So there's a clip here. If you press that clip, you can pull this out. So press the clip and pull this out, and then the whole thing will come out like so. Make a note of how this is coming out. Well, it can only fit in one way. However, once you disconnect the actual bulb, so this bulb will come out of there like that. But you want to make sure it goes back in like that, the new one. So this flat bit with this flat area here, you don't want to put it the other way. Otherwise, you might struggle to fit it back. So this particular bulb here, it's a, if I can see, okay, sorry, I had a phone call. So I just wanted to show you, this bulb is a H1, and if you look for H1 bulbs on the internet, you will come up with the bulb that you need, and it's about £4 on Amazon. So not a difficult one. And then ideally you want to avoid touching the bulb itself, so you can handle it by the metal side of things. And then as we mentioned, you want to fit it in there like so, with that flat end sort of facing the clip. Maybe that's a good way of remembering. And then to refit this back in there, basically you need to line up camera is moving a lot. You can see this plastic bit here and this other one here. Your bulb, these two parts on the sides, that bit there and this bit there, are going to slide in there, and that is going to guide the bulb in the correct place. So once you locate the two bits that slide into that plastic, push it down and push it in, and that will, it should lock, it needs to lock into place. There, now it's locked. And that's it. So that's one bulb done. Well, actually two. And then don't forget to put the little cover on it, which I lost somewhere. Okay, just found it there. And then we have this bulb here, which is usually blocked by the not usually, but it is blocked by the fuse box. This one here, right, you can just disconnect it, but also sometimes instead of disconnecting it, you can actually, basically what we need to do is pull this bit, metal bit here out a little bit and pull the bulb out. So it might be easier to do it with, well, there's another metal bit there just there. So while that is plugged in, it might be a little bit easier to pull this while pushing this. So basically this bulb is one that you just press in. It's not secured by any other means, but I don't want to drop the light here, so there. Okay, and this is a typical H7 bulb. That's the one there. Again, it's recommended not to touch the actual bulb, and I don't want to touch it because it's not burnt. And then you just have to disconnect it, which might be a little bit hard when you're trying not to drop the headlight. And that's it. That's a H7 bulb. Same idea. Look for it on the internet and you shall find it. And to refit that bulb, again, make a note of how it comes out, but you just need to locate it goes in this way actually. So that bit, the bit here with the sort of the flat side of the circular bulb goes into the clip, and the other clip, and you have to push it in so it locates into position, and then put that in there. There's actually 3 little metal clips. There's one there, and the other one is just behind there. So if you can actually open 2, you'll be okay. This is not actually sitting properly yet, so they are quite hard metal clips. Okay, there. Now it's sitting properly. And that's it. That's the last of the bulbs. And as I said, the side light on this particular model is actually an LED. And you can't really change it. That would be a whole headlight replacement. And now we can just go ahead and refit this back into place. And that's that. It's back in place. Now it's just a matter of putting all the screws and you're done. So having said that, I hope the video helps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. So thank you for watching. Just a quick tip here. You don't need to over tighten these bolts here. You can just tighten them literally with your screwdriver. And again, once it's closed, like so, that's pretty much it. You don't have to over tighten that. It's easy to over tighten when you're using a ratchet with the Torx. So just be aware of that. So again, see you on the next video.